with Misfit Studio, and this is going to be a quick little core workout. So it's only going to last about 15 minutes, but your core will be on fire by the end of it, hopefully. I am going to be doing a couple of exercises using blocks. If you don't have a block at home, you can use a book, or really for these you may even be able to use like a basketball or a soccer ball if you have something like that laying around, or you can just do it without the blocks altogether. So that being said, we will get started in child's pose. Also highly recommend you play some music during this to make yourself feel all hyped up and stuff. So we're going to start in child's pose. Knees can be out wide or you can keep them together, whatever works best in your body. And bringing your forehead down to the mat. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and open your mouth side out. Again, big breath in. Exhaling out. One more time, big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. We're going to start an Ujjayi breath, so that means you're going to breathe in through your nose, out through your nose, with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. You're going to sound a little like Darth Vader or ocean waves, whatever you can imagine better. And we'll walk those hands over to the right. You can place your left hand on top of your right, really stretching through the side body, keeping that Ujjayi breath going throughout this whole practice. That's going to help you get through all of these exercises. And then walking your hands over to the left. So maybe you bring a right hand on top of the left. And come back to center. And slowly rising up into a tabletop position. So we're on all fours here. Stacking those wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. If you have any sort of knee pain here, you can always take a blanket or a towel underneath the knees to add a little extra support. And we're going to start just with some cat-cows to stretch it out. So dropping the belly on your inhale, looking forward. And then exhale, round the spine, look at your belly button. Inhale to drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, round. Inhaling, belly drops. Exhale, round the spine. And then we'll come back to center. We're going to jump right into it. Awesome. We're going to reach that right hand forward, left leg extends back. So opposite arm and leg. This alone may feel like a challenge, and that is okay. If it does, you're going to stay right here and really just focus on keeping the core engaged. So we don't want to have the belly way down towards the floor. We want to hug in, squeezing the belly button in towards the spine. And you can stay here, or if you're wanting a little more, we're going to start to pulse the arm and the leg, keeping a strong core. And so really trying to isolate that arm and the leg. We don't want to be flailing around. We want to keep the core nice and tight. And then lower down. And switch sides, so opposite arm and leg. Left arm reaches forward, right leg reaches back. Maybe you stay here. And if this is really challenging, you can always keep the toe down. And then maybe you start to pulse. And then we're going to lower back down. And jumping right into the next one. So we're going to find a plank position. So for your plank, it can be one of two things. It's either going to look like the top of a push-up. So here with the knees lifted, if this is a lot for you, you're going to drop down to the knees. I would much rather you have the knees down and have better form than keep the knees lifted and be flailing all over the place. So either variation, and we're going to go from this high plank down to a forearm plank. So you're going to go down, back up, down, and up. If you're doing this from the knees, same motion. Down to the forearms, back up, down to the forearms, back up. You're going to do 10 rounds. So 7, 8, just for fun. And then we'll slowly lower down. Awesome, taking a breath. Beautiful. Once you've caught your breath, we're gonna tuck those toes and lift up to a downward facing dog. Taking any movement that feels good. And we're gonna lift that right leg towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, you're gonna round the spine, bring your knee towards your nose. We're gonna do that 5 times on the right. So inhaling to lift that right leg, exhale, round knee to nose. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Coming back to that 3-legged dog, and then dropping that right leg down, switching sides. So we'll lift the left leg up, and then exhale, round knee to nose. Lift up, knee to nose, for 3, 2, last one. Back to your 3-legged dog, and lower down, finding your child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. And then slowly rising up to a tabletop. We're gonna make our way onto our backs. And so again, just a little disclaimer that I forgot to throw in the beginning. If any of these feel like too much in your body, you can always skip it or modify the number that you do. So if that last one felt like a lot, just do 1 or 2 instead of 5. Same thing goes for all of these other ones. So we're gonna go ahead and come to laying on our backs. Now we're gonna start with the knees bent and the hands down by the sides. We're gonna start with a relatively simple one. We're gonna lift those shoulders off the mat, hands come up. We want our fingertips to be able to kind of graze our ankles or heels. So lifting the shoulders up, keeping the gaze up towards the ceiling. You're gonna shift to the right and then to the left. And back and forth for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Take a breath. Sweet. All right, for this next one, we want to really try and engage that lower core. So pressing your lower belly down towards the floor. We don't want to let the low back come way up off the mat. We want to keep it nice and tucked. And then we're going to lift those feet up towards the ceiling. You don't have to have straight legs here. You can keep a slight bend in the knees. And then I'm going to give you 2 options. So option number 1, you're just going to take normal flutter, scissor kicks, whatever you want to call them. Hands can stay right down by your sides, or you can take them under your hips for a little extra support. You're going to drop the right leg, keep the left leg lifted, and then you'll switch. So that's the first variation. If you're wanting a little more of a challenge today, take your block or whatever it is you're using as a makeshift block. You're going to take it sideways, place it on your thighs. Forearms are going to come to the block. Pressing your forearms into that block so that your forearms and your thighs are holding it up. You're going to do your scissor kicks here without letting that block fall. So really engaging, pressing into the block, pressing that low back down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering down. And giving yourself a big squeeze, maybe rocking from side to side. Sweet. And then we're going to come back to center. Lifting those feet up so that the shins are parallel to the mat. We got like a 90-degree angle going on here. And hands are going to come back, or to the back of the head. And we're going to isolate just the right leg for now. So keeping those elbows out nice and wide. We don't want to be all crunched up. Keeping the elbows out. Gaze is nice and lifted. We're going to straighten that right leg out long to a hover. and then bring it back to center. Leg comes out long, back to center for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to switch to the left leg. So same thing. Straightening out long and coming back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're not done yet. Bring both legs back to center. And we're going to straighten both out long. If this is too much, you're just going to do the other ones one leg at a time. So back in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. Hopefully you felt the burn with that one. I know I did. Maybe you're rocking from side to side a little. Coming back to your breath. Okay. We're going to use our block again, or whatever you're using for a block. For this one, you can really use anything. So we're taking our legs out long, arms up overhead, holding your block or whatever your block is in your hands. And then you're going to lift up your feet, pass your block to your feet, come back down. Lifting up and coming back. We're going to do that 10 times. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, you can do it. Awesome, coming back to center. You can place your block to the side, take a breath, maybe windshield wipe the knees from side to side. Really breathing into the belly, let the ribs expand as you inhale. Beautiful. And then we're going to slowly make our way up to seated. And you're going to sit with your knees bent, feet are going to be planted at first. And you're going to take your block, or whatever you're using, into your hands. And you have a couple options here. So you can keep the feet planted, and you're just going to tap your block from side to side. If you want this to be a little more challenging, you're going to lift those feet up, and then you're going to tap. You can also add some little toe taps if you're feeling ambitious. We're going to do that 10 times. So for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath. Hug the knees in. Just a couple more and then we'll be done. Rock and roll back and forth until you're back in that seated position. We're going to find a boat pose. So for boat pose, shins are parallel to the mat, chest is nice and lifted. We can keep the hands behind the thighs here for support, or you can take the hands out by your sides. We're going to go from boat to low boat. So it's going to look like this, coming back up. If that's a lot and not working for you, no worries. You're going to take your hands back behind you, plant them on the mat, and then you're going to go out and in that way. So either variation, totally fine. You're going to do that 10 times. So going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Hug those knees in. Give yourself a big squeeze. pose one more time, and we're just gonna hold. So you're gonna find your boat, whatever that looks like. Again, hands can stay behind the thighs, or they can come out by your sides. If you really want a lot, you're gonna start to straighten the legs a little. So any variation, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. You survived. Find a supine twist by letting both knees fall to the right, twisting through the spine. Gaze goes over to the left. And coming back to center, letting those knees fall to the other side. Back to the middle, giving yourself one more big squeeze. And then releasing everything out onto the mat. And taking a couple breaths here, let your heart rate go back to normal. And acknowledge yourself for all the work you just put in. And then whenever you're ready, you can make your way up to seated, however it's easiest for you to get there. If you're still wanting more, you can do this whole thing twice, or you can move on to one of our power yoga videos or our other core and booty workout video, whatever it is you're feeling. If that was enough for you, I know it was for me, then I hope you have an awesome day. Namaste.